Well, good morning, y'all. This is JRC99US coming semi-live from the JRC99US mobile, aka my truck. Well, it's been a long time since I've done one of these semi-live sessions with you, and I felt like it was a good time to talk about one of the most important important news. Seth MacFarlane has announced on live television, well, maybe live television, I don't know. But anyway, he announced on television that the Orville Season 4 has been written, the entire season. This is exciting news. However, the thing is I know I'm still a little hesitant to fully celebrate because until we really hear something as far as production, writing scripts is one thing, producing the show is another. But it is very exciting to hear that it's not completely shelved. Seth also said in a recent CBR article, I will post a link in the description below, that the show's not dead, and he says it's not dead. However, the thing is that Seth has taken on a ton of projects, with him wrapping Season 2 of Ted, and currently looking at making more remakes of classic comedies or classic movies that we all like. As my friend April, aka Sci-Fi Mommy, says, clear his schedule. Give Seth the ability to really focus on the Orville Season 4. Now, like I said, I'm a little hesitant. I'm celebrating 98% of myself because that's about as far as I get to. Because that other 2% is, once again, you can write scripts. You can write scripts all day long, but until we know production is actually moving, time slots have been made available, the money is there, we really don't know. But it's nice to hear from Seth, and he said it with very much confidence, as Al Roker was the one who asked him about more of the Orville. Apparently, Al Roker is a Orville fan. That he said it with confidence. Got the scripts written for the entire season. I'm a little disappointed to hear it's only 10 episodes. However, the thing is that knowing current day modern Hollywood, and Seth is not entirely immune to this, is where seasons are just one big giant kind of serialized season. However, I don't think that's what he's going to do, because he's really made everything episodic with connections, but they weren't really serialized. He may pull a Deep Space Nine route, where it was technically serialization, but they made it still episodic. And then they would really confirm that it was episodic because sometimes they put in some two-parters. Excuse me. So anyway, that's the good news. I'm so excited to hear about it. I hope we get something, because in light of this Starfleet Academy new Trek, it'll be a breath of fresh air to hear something that has more Star Trek in it than the current Star Trek, quote unquote. Speaking of Academy, I haven't seen any more episodes since I did my review for Doomcock on Pop Culture Breakdown about episode 5, which is the infamous Cisco episode. And yes, I do say infamous because it was really bad. Please, if you can, go back to the Pop Culture Breakdown archives. You can watch my review. I know I didn't do a really good job like I did with my Season 3 of Picard review, but I still was able to do a review. I watched it, and I like with the first episode, I almost shut it off, but then I remember Doomcock asked me to do a review for it, so I did a review for it, and it was just as bad. I mean, there's just no resemblance of Star Trek anywhere. It was like when I first saw the first episode on YouTube for free, and I couldn't watch it after, what's her name? Captain Aki? I don't know. Just curled up in her lazy boy command chair while her ship is leaving space dock like a vegged out teenager. And there's no redeeming qualities about that. There's nothing. A lot of people are going, oh, well, she's the free spirit. Oh, well, she's 400 years old, and that's her thing. Well, you know what the thing is that there have been episodes of Star Trek where other alien life forms, apparently she's an alien, who knew? I was like, yeah, I guess anybody from the 21st century who's supposed to be in the, 32nd century is definitely alien. Um, the thing is that I remember the one episode. I keep forgetting it's where Commander Riker was part of the exchange program with the Klingon Empire, where they did kind of like it was like a foreign student exchange, where Commander Riker became the first officer of Klingon Bird of Prey. But one of the aliens, golly, I'm sorry, I don't have it on the top of my head. One of the aliens said that in his culture, he doesn't report anything until he has concluded his investigation, which is a big no-no in Starfleet. I'm sorry, and it doesn't matter what culture you were brought up in. If there's something to report, there's something to report, and then you do your investigation. That's just the Starfleet way. If you don't like that, fine, you don't have to be in Starfleet. So it's one of those things of like going, oh, for crying out loud. If you think, or if you believe this is something to do with your culture and everything like that, that definitely flies in the face of the principles of Starfleet, then you need to get out of Starfleet. Sorry, it's there we go. That's what we should call it now. Starfleet. This is called quote unquote Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Okay, well, as you guys know, I've been making a lot of AI memes and stuff. That's going to be the next one. Star Trek Starfleet Academy. All right, well, that was a great surprise to this video rant. So yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say. Don't want to make this too long, but it was just something that I wanted to point out that Orville Season 4 has been written. So as the great Ramesses from the Ten Commandments says, so let it be written, so let it be done. Exactly, let it be done. I'm going to kind of start the hashtag on that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Internal burps and hiccups. Morning. Stuff. Anyway, start a new hashtag. It is written, so let it be done. So let it be done. Let's see the Orville Season 4. I need some Star Trek. And yes, also, and one quick note, maybe not so quick, but also hearing about Star Trek United, I guess that's what it's called, where it's supposed to be Scott Bakula returning or reprising his role as Captain Jonathan Archer, this time the first president of the Federation and the Romulan War. Now that piqued my interest. I would definitely love to see that, but I am also with a lot of other people. I am prequel fatigued. I'm kind of done with prequels. I would love for Star Trek, once it gets back on the road, to pick up right after Nemesis. If not, at least 30 years after Nemesis. JDA made a very good point on that. Let's not just pick it up immediately after Nemesis, because, the actors have aged, and who knows, maybe we'll get a reprise role of the TNG crew, this time not under member Barry Terry Metalis Prime and Kurtzman crap universe, STD verse. Let's get a real cameo from the stars and stuff, and not say goodbye for a fourth time. Ugh, so anyway, this is JRC 99 US coming semi-live from the JRC 99 US Mobile, aka my truck. Just for a couple announcements, I will be at GalaxyCon in Richmond, Virginia on March 20th. So if any of you guys happen to be there and we run into each other, we can hang out for a while, but I'm really excited because I have reserved my spot to meet William Shatner, Captain Kirk himself. I am super excited. I'm still a little shocked that this is really going to happen, because I've been a Star Trek fan since I was 6. Yes, Next Generation started my Trekkie journey, but I already knew about Captain Kirk, and of course I love the TMP movie era, and I used to watch that over and over and over again. I couldn't get enough. So actually meeting Captain Kirk himself is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. All right, guys, you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.